Hey, good evening. It is Tuesday, tea time with Dorina, and I want to welcome all our first time visitors and those that will be watching the replay. Welcome to Tuesday Tea Time with Dorina. We are presented from Women of Wisdom, and we are a nonprofit educational mentoring nonprofit here to empower teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence. We are here to bridge that generational gap between the younger and the older generation because we need one another. And I've been saying it and I'll keep saying it, even more so in these days. We need to come together. Okay. So, oh, you know what? I just thought about something that I had put up. So hold on, because I want to share this with you because I think that, this is so important among us that we learn how to really take heed to this. Let's see if I have it on here. I may have it on my tablet. Okay, so hold one moment because this is important. I want to share with you what I got. Because as you know, us women and teens, this some of you may have already seen this because I did post it on our Women of Wisdom Facebook post. But I want to share it with those you may have not seen it, but I want to share it with you. Okay. Okay. So it says we should be lifting each other up and cheering each other on, not trying to outshine one another. The sky would be awfully dark with just one star. Isn't that powerful? Because I say this sometimes. There's room at the table, okay? And you know what? Our own gifts and abilities will make room for themselves. We just need to stay true to who we are and not, try to outshine somebody else or be like somebody else because we have our own shine. And, sometimes it just takes us to uh, use a buffer and buffing our gifts and talents and our confidence, knowing that, we are capable of great things and all of us have that quality. Okay. And, you are capable. Okay. So just know that you are and walk in that. Walk in the room like you belong there. Because if you're there, you belong there. And if you have some kind of check in your spirit, I don't know why I'm even talking about this. I'm talking to somebody. If you have a check in your spirit or you have some type of stop sign, so to speak, intuition, or something that robs you from your peace. Let's put it like that. You are in the wrong place. And as easy as you walked into the room, you can easily walk out of the room. And don't try to make yourself fit somewhere where you do not belong. Okay. So take that wisdom and allow it to benefit you so that you don't harm your own self or other people by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I am going to share with you my tea today. I went back to my favorite tea. Actually, this is um, vanilla chai, and I like spice chai is really what I like. But anyway, that's what I have today. I got my little cup with my little saucer. I think I shared this one with you before. Hopefully, you can see that it's got the little butterflies on it. A friend of mine's got this for me for my birthday, and it's so sweet. So, tea time. Actually, I was trying to find, what tea I wanted tonight. And my husband was like, out of all the teas, you got all these teas in here and you want to find the one you can't find. I said, that's one of my favorite teas. So I hope that you have your cup of whatever beverage you like to drink and you fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. How about that? Okay. Okay, so tonight topic we are going to talk about paying attention. Yes, we are going to learn the importance of paying attention and the wisdom that we can gain out of paying attention. So, I got this quote. It says, your brain is paying attention to how you treat yourself. Sam Owens. Our brain is paying attention to how we treat our own selves. And do you know that what we pay attention to, we are training our brains to remember that. And if we are not treating ourselves right, then we are training our brains to remember or to keep that pattern of mistreating ourselves. And the thing that comes to me is, I mean, a lot of times we are our worst critic. And if we're paying more attention to our thoughts and the things that we dislike about ourselves, we are training and paying attention to the negative things, and we're training our brain to think on negative things, which our brain was not created to focus on negative things. And when we do that, we cause our brain to operate, uh, to decrease in its function, to operate at a higher level. Hopefully, I said that, in a way you understood. So, but it is very important what we pay attention to. And we're going to talk about later on some things that's going to help us to make sure that we are uh, feeding our brain properly and helping us to pay more attention, uh, to train our brains to operate at a high level. Okay, so you know what? I was thinking about this. Okay, think about this. We take care of our bodies, we take care of our clothes, we take care of all these other things. Why do we not think about taking care of our brain? Because it's important that we take proper care of our brain. It is one of the most important organs in our body, and we need it to function well. And the more that we train our brains to pay attention, it sharpens our skills. It actually causes the brain to function at sharper. Your memory actually is operates. You can remember things more. It's, I mean, you man, you know what? I was studying some of this because some of you know that, I studied the brain, and it is absolutely amazing the things that we do, and we don't even realize that we are not properly taking care of ourselves. And so, just like he said, Sam said, your brain is paying attention to how you treat yourself. And so it's important that we treat ourselves right and train our brains to follow through on how the proper way to treat yourself. Okay, the proper way to treat ourselves is the positive things in life. Pay attention to yourself, and you can learn a whole lot about yourself. Stop paying attention to all the critical things and all the negative things, but start looking at the positive things that exist inside of you, and just your way that you function and how you do things. If we just allow ourselves to be influenced by, the way that we were raised, the way our parents taught us, or the way society tries to influence us or tell us who we are. If we allow those things, or let's put it like this, if we focus more on those things, do you know you'll never know who you are? You'll never operate to your highest potential until you start learning and discovering who you are. You cannot enhance the abilities that you don't know you have. And so it's important that you pay attention to yourself and start, you know, focusing more on your positive qualities. Now, I'm not saying, to just go off in some kind of magical land, and that, you shouldn't even think about, negative things at all, because they can catapult us into the positive if we allow them to, if we pay attention properly to things that's important, and not things that don't matter that much. And that's part of the problem, is that we focus too much a lot of times on things that they really don't even matter. We make a mountain out of a molehill, and that is so unhealthy for us. And so we need to, like, how you they talk about refurbishing, your phone, uh your home. We need to refurbish our brain. We need to renovate our brain and realize that that is important, because that organ is going to be with us for the rest of our lives, and we need to pay attention and take care of those things so that, you know, when as we grow, we do not become weak in our memory, are weak in the functioning of our brain. Paying attention will sharpen your brains. It will refurbish your brain. Isn't that something? Let's see what else we got up here. Okay, let's see. We must Okay, for some reason, I'm trying to make this thing show up and it's not showing up. Oh, okay, I see what happened. Hold on a minute. Okay, let's put this back up here and let's go to this. Okay, paying attention, being aware, alert, and ready to take in information, choosing what to pay attention to as information comes in. There was a lady that was talking about how we should, especially as women, teen girls, how we should really be paying attention to our environment. And that when we're out in the public, instead of, being so focused on our phones that we're not paying attention to the things that are going on around us, it can be a dangerous situation. We could be putting ourselves in a dangerous position. And so, paying attention, the more that you pay attention, the more your uh, skills of observation increases and you become more aware and more alert of the things that are going on around you. You can prevent some things that possibly could happen, and or some of the things that have happened to others that weren't paying attention. So just being out in the public nowadays, you need to be paying attention to your surroundings, because that's wisdom. Because now, the things that people are doing, snatching people and all this kind of stuff, you need to be paying attention. Don't be so focused on your phone when you're walking around that you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. So I'm talking to somebody, I don't know who that is, but take the wisdom, apply it, and be safe out here. Okay. So, um, so even choosing what to pay attention to as information come in, there is some information that comes in that if you uh, pay attention to every little thing, then you can't focus on what you can't train your brain to focus on the things that need to be focused on. And you know, all of us can sharpen that skill. And it really doesn't matter, what you do, where you are, or what you don't do. We all need to start paying more attention, because that right there helps the ability of our brain and our cognitive abilities to become stronger. And that is important. Okay. Okay. Listen to this. Paying attention sharpens our observation skills and concentration, which helps improve our brain's ability to remember. So, you want to sharpen your skills, you have the ability to remember things, and that's all of it is important. So make sure that you are paying attention to yourself, what you're thinking, what you allow to, uh, you know, your intake, what you allow to come through your thoughts. Pay attention to all of those things. Pay attention to the things that people are saying to you. Pay attention to even the environment around you and cause you to appreciate things, which will give value to who you are and will help you walk in gratitude. All these things, these are positive things that helps refurbish your brain. And we want to make sure that we give our brain a tune up or whatever you want to call it. We need that. And that's wisdom so that you can improve in every area of your life. You'll be surprised when you improve your paying attention, you will be surprised of all the other areas that will start firing up, all the other areas that will start sharpening in your mind, in your thoughts, and just having control over what you allow your mind to ponder and focus on. You will be so surprised how your life will improve as you pay attention to all these things. Because there are some things that people are saying to you that you need to not just, yeah, oh, okay, not just agree with without paying attention to what you are agreeing to. Because words, like I said, are the most powerful thing on the earth. And you don't want just any words being spoken into your life. And you don't want to allow people to just say any old thing to you. And you accept that to shape the way that you think about yourself. Pay attention to all these things because that's where wisdom will come in and will eliminate future issues. And you believe that. Okay? All right, let's take a tea time break. Tea time. I got honey, but I didn't put any creamer in my tea tonight. Okay, so now let's talk about, because I like to give you practical application. Talk about some things that we can do to help uh, us pay attention and to live a more fulfilling life and eliminate future problems. Okay, so here we go. Eliminate distractions. Eliminate distractions because distractions will take away from your ability to pay attention. So it's not just robbing you from something small, it is robbing you from sharpening your your brain's ability to remember, to concentrate, to think, and you'll be surprised that when you sharpen that and eliminate those distractions, it will be a lot easier for you to make quality decisions. This is some good stuff tonight. you know, uh, when we put these things into practice and, we apply the things that we are learning, then you will see the evidence and the truth of what, what wisdom is saying to us when we apply these things. Believe me, I'm putting it into practice because I, okay, let me share this with you. And I don't know who all know this, but this is for somebody. We were taught that the brain, as we get older, we are, our mind, or we lose our mind. The brain is not the mind, okay? The brain is not the mind, but our mind uses our brain. So when we grow older, we are supposed to be becoming sharper. But because we were told that, well, as you get older, this weekends, that it does not have to be like that. It it's only like that when we allow it to be that way. I don't know if you have seen some of these older women that are like in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and they're still running. They look good, they're sharp, their minds are keen because they are paying attention to themselves. They're paying attention to uh, their brain, sharpening their brain ability and working their muscles. And we all could do that. It's a matter of choosing how we want to be. So don't allow the myths of yesteryears to dictate to you that you are supposed to, um, when you get older, you're supposed to be act this way, and you're supposed to act that way, and you supposed to not be able to remember stuff. Well, hey, you know what? No matter what age you are, we all forget stuff if we don't pay attention. And let me tell you, stuff that you pay attention to in the memory part of your brain is it's like it becomes engraved in your brain. But things that you just kind of half pay attention to, they fall off. They don't become engraved in your memory. And that's the reason why a lot of times we don't remember stuff, is because we don't truly pay attention to that. But if we pay attention and we focus on that, it becomes, you could say, branded or engraved in our memory. And so really it's all about how you treat yourself and your brain. That's good, isn't it? I'm talking to me just as much as I'm talking to you. So eliminate the distractions. The other thing is reduce multitasking. Multitasking is, you're focused on this, then you focus on that, and then you focus on that. And like I said, you're not focused on anything long enough to train your brain to pay attention to it so that it becomes embedded or engraved in your memory. And that's the reason why a lot of times we can't remember stuff, is because we don't narrow down in and focus on it. Okay. So reduce the multitasking. And they say that us women, we multitask a lot. So we need to reduce on that and start focusing, paying attention more on what we are doing than doing a whole bunch of stuff at the same time. Okay, so get our proper rest. Oh, that's important. Do you know that your body rejuvenates every 7 days? That there is a day that you should rest? Well, how much more should you get proper rest every night? And that is part of the reason why we have what they call foggy brain or whatever you want to call it. Some people say some things. I don't use those terms, but you get kind of foggy in the head or whatever. Sometimes it's simply just because we're not getting enough rest. And so that can resolve some problems with the area of paying attention. Okay, train our brain to pay attention. We've been talking about that pretty much the whole time. That's the point of the message. Train your brain to pay attention. And when you do that, you fire up the neurons in your brain. Your brain is what they call plasticity, neuroplasticity, which means, think I'm saying that right, but that means that you can change the structure, you can change patterns, and you can change habits, and you can create new pathways in your brain and sharpen your brain. And we need to take care of our brain like we take care of our bodies, like we take care of our clothes, right? Like we take care of our shoes. And hopefully, we're taking care of those things properly. And so those things are important. I don't know if you ever even thought about how important it is to pay attention, and paying attention is caring for your brain. Isn't that something? Well, this is Tuesday Tea Time with Dorena. I have enjoyed this time with you tonight, and I hope that um, you have enjoyed it as well. And make sure that you apply the things that wisdom is saying, and have a great night. And remember, as always, walk in wisdom. All right? Until next Tuesday.